Hi, Taehyung Lovers. Welcome back to the Taehyung Lovers channel all around the world. But this time, never dare to skip the first few seconds of this video. Because what happened in El Paso, Texas in May 2026 truly made the global internet lose its mind. This was not just an ordinary BTS concert. This was not only about a sea of light sticks or a stadium full of people, but a global phenomenon that turned one border city into the emotional center of the world in just one night. And the most shocking part, many people who were there said they had never seen an atmosphere this intense and emotional in their entire lives. Wait, is this really just a concert? That sentence instantly went viral after thousands of army-flooded social media with videos of Sun Bowl Stadium transforming into a giant ocean of white light from above the skies of El Paso. The stadium looked like another planet. There were no empty seats, no room to breathe, and behind the thunderous screams of thousands of fans, there was something far deeper than just a music performance. There was emotion, there was sacrifice, there were human stories from different countries, people willing to endure the cold, traffic jams, endless lines, even cross-country journeys for one moment that might never happen again. And believe it or not, in this video, we will discuss the facts that made the world ask, did BTS just create one of the biggest pop culture phenomena in modern history? In this content, we will discuss how El Paso suddenly became paralyzed because of the invasion of global army, the insane atmosphere around Sun Bowl Stadium filled with lines since dawn, fans willing to sleep on sidewalks just for official BTS merchandise, emotional moment of army from different countries cry because they could finally attend in person, and the reason why social media called that night the night El Paso lost gravity. And the most touching part, how thousands of strangers in the middle of the crowd actually showed solidarity and kindness rarely found in the real world today. So watch this video until the end because there are many shocking details, emotional facts, and viral moments you may have never seen before. And if you are proud to see how the world united because of music and Kim Taehyung's kindness, don't forget to press like, write your comments right now, subscribe to this channel, activate the notification bell, and don't forget to spread this video across the world so more people can see how Kim Taehyung and BTS are able to unite millions of hearts under the same light. Wait, is this really just a concert? After seeing the ocean of lights inside Sun Bowl Stadium, many people on social media immediately wrote the same thing. El Paso seemed to lose gravity that night. And what shocked the public even more was not only the number of people filling the stadium, but how a usually quiet border city suddenly turned into the center of the world attention in just one weekend. May 2026 became the witness of a phenomenon that was difficult to explain with ordinary logic. Not just a concert, not merely entertainment, but an explosion of mass emotion that made thousands of people willing to endure cold weather, traffic jams, endless lines, and even international travel just to be in the same place. The night sky in El Paso looked different than usual. From above the stadium, thousands of tiny lights glowed together, forming a sparkling white ocean in every corner of the arena. There was no empty space visible. The stands were packed. The stadium floor was crowded with people. And in the middle of the roaring echoes that never stopped, one thing became clear. The usually quiet border city was becoming the center of the world attention. Sun Bowl Stadium that night transformed into a living ocean of light, moving together with the rhythm of sound and emotion from the fans. Every bright spot came from light sticks and phone screens raised high into the air, creating a panorama that looked more like a giant light festival than an ordinary music concert. From the left side to the right side of the stadium, people sat tightly packed without gaps. The giant screen in the center of the arena became the gravitational point for thousands of eyes staring without blinking. The atmosphere felt grand, emotional, and so intense that many fans admitted they got goosebumps just from witnessing it directly. But that massive explosion had actually started long before the stadium lights turned on. Since morning, long lines had already appeared at the Ciudad Juarez International Bridge heading toward El Paso, Texas. Vehicles moved slowly. Pedestrians filled the crossing lanes. Many fans chose to arrive early to avoid delays entering the United States for the BTS concert schedule for Saturday, May 3rd and Sunday, May 4th, 2026 at Sun Bowl Stadium. This was the moment when the public began to realize that what was happening was no longer just an ordinary music event. Army from various countries started filling every route toward El Paso. Some flew in from Asia, South America, and major cities across the United States. Some took days off work. Others saved money for months just to buy tickets and hotel rooms. Social media was even filled with emotional travel videos of fans crying at airports because they had finally succeeded in attending the concert they had only dreamed about through phone screen for years. Once they arrived in El Paso, the situation became even more unbelievable. The area around Sun Bowl Stadium was filled with endless lines of people moving slowly without stopping. Official BTS merchandise became a battlefield. Since early morning, many fans stood for hours just to get one exclusive item. Some even went directly to the stadium right after landing from their flights without checking into hotels or resting first. And this is the part that made many people on the internet both angry and amazed. In the middle of the cold temperature and piercing night wind, thousands of fans still stayed outside the stadium with faces full of excitement. They sat on sidewalks holding banners, light sticks, and bags filled with concert supplies. Some shared food with strangers. Some lent phone chargers to other fans. Some were even seen protecting each other's spots in line despite having met only minutes earlier. That phenomenon made many netizens ask one thing: why is this kind of solidarity easier to find at concerts than in everyday life? Aerial photos of the stadium showed the true scale of the phenomenon. A giant stage stood in the middle of the arena with a massive main screen dominating the entire view. Circular seating areas were filled all the way to the highest level, showing enthusiasm that was nearly impossible to ignore. The white lights spreading across the stadium were not just visual effects, but symbols of thousands of life stories coming from every corner of the world. Some attended with family members. Some traveled alone for the first time in their lives. Others finally met their online best friends after years of communicating only through social media. Under the same stadium lights, thousands of personal stories came together in one collective emotion difficult to describe with words. No one truly expected El Paso to transform this drastically. A city mostly known as a border region suddenly became the center of international pop culture. Hotels were fully booked. Restaurants were packed with visitors. Streets became far busier than usual. Local economic activity increased sharply in just a matter of days. But the most interesting thing was not only the economic impact, but how this concert created something far more human in the middle of massive crowds. At a time when social media is increasingly filled with conflict and arguments, thousands of people in El Paso instead showed a rare form of togetherness. They came from different languages, countries, and backgrounds, yet they were able to help one another without even knowing each other. And maybe that is why the moment felt much bigger than just a music performance. This was a massive emotional experience. A night when music became a universal language uniting humanity in one place, one light, and one shared feeling. Authorities had indeed warned the public to prepare extra travel time during the concert weekend. Traffic from both vehicles and pedestrians increased dramatically before and after the event. But interestingly, exhaustion and massive traffic jams did not weaken the fan spirit at all. On the contrary, as the night went on, the energy inside the stadium felt even stronger. And when all the arena lights finally turned on together, like what was seen in the viral May 2026 photos, El Paso no longer looked like an ordinary city. That night, the city became the symbol of a global phenomenon, a place where music, emotion, sacrifice, hope, and millions of life stories met under the same light. And now the question is simple. Can this still be called just a concert, or did the world just witness one of the biggest pop culture phenomena in modern history? And after seeing all of this, now you may finally understand why so many people kept saying, wait, is this really just a concert? Because what happened in El Paso was not only about music, not only about BTS, and not only about the ocean of light sticks filling Sun Bowl Stadium. It was about how one single night managed to unite thousands of people from different countries under the same emotion. May 2026 will always be remembered as a night when El Paso seemed to lose gravity and the world witnessed with its own eyes how the power of music, the loyalty of ARMY, and the aura of Kim Taehyung were able to transform an ordinary city into the center of the planet's attention. And now the question for all of you, is this still just an ordinary concert? Or did we really just witness one of the biggest pop culture phenomena in modern history? Write your opinions in the comment section, because your comments might become part of this huge story. Thank you for watching until the end. Taehyung Lovers. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and activate the notification bell if you enjoy content like this. But if you don't like it, just skip it, because Taehyung Lovers channel never forces anyone to stay. Keep following the latest news and the next viral Kim Taehyung phenomenon, only on the Taehyung Lovers channel worldwide. Don't forget to spread this video so the world can always see how Kim Taehyung's kindness, influence, and power are able to unite millions of hearts under the same light. I will say goodbye for now. Stay safe, take care of your health, and see you in the next phenomenal news story only on Taehyung Lovers.